It was 12 o'clock at night. Peter Roughberg was in bed on the second floor of the old house where he lived alone. It had gotten so chilly, he went downstairs to turn up the heat. On his way back to bed, a black dog ran down the steps. It passed him and disappeared into the darkness.
"Where did you come from?"
Peter said. He never saw that dog before. He turned on all the lights and looked in every room. He couldn't find the dog anywhere. He went outside and brought in the 2 watchdogs he kept in the backyard, but they acted as if they were the only dogs in the house. The next night, again at 12 o'clock, Peter was in his bedroom. He heard what sounded like a dog walking around in the room above him. He dashed upstairs and threw open the door. The room was empty. He looked under the bed. He looked in the closet. Nothing. But when he got back to his bedroom, he heard a dog running down the steps. It was the black dog. He tried to follow it, but again, he couldn't find where it had gone. From then on, every night at 12, Peter would hear the dog walking in the room above him. The room was always empty, but after he leaves, the dog would come out of hiding, run down the steps, and disappear. One night, Peter's neighbor waited with him for the dog. At the usual time, they heard it above them. Then, they heard it on the steps. Where they went out into the hall, it was standing at the foot of the steps, looking up at them. The neighbor whistled, and the dog wagged its tail. Then it was gone. Things went on this way until the night Peter decided to bring his watchdogs into the house again. Maybe this time they would find the black dog and drive it away. Just before 12, he took them up to his bedroom and left the door open. Then he heard the black dog moving around above him. The dogs perked up their ears and ran to the room. Suddenly, they bared their teeth and snarled and backed away. Peter couldn't see the black dog or hear it, but he was sure that it had entered his room. His dogs barked and snapped. They darted forward nervously and then backed away again. Suddenly, one of them yelped. It started bleeding, then dropped to the floor, its neck torn open. A minute later, it was dead. Peter's other dog backed into the corner, whimpering. Then everything was still. The next night, Peter's neighbor came back with a pistol. Again, they waited in his bedroom. At 12 o'clock, the black dog came down the steps. As before, it looked up at them and wagged its tail. As they started towards it with a pistol, It growled and disappeared. That was the last Peter saw of the black dog. But it didn't mean that the dog was gone. Now and then, always at 12, he heard it moving around above him. Once he heard it running down the steps, but he never managed to see it again. But he knew it was there.